Good evening. This is the Lion of Legend, and welcome back to A Date with Death. The other day, the DLC, Beyond the Bet, was released. So instead of continuing my second playthrough, well, I guess we can consider this the second playthrough. Let's go ahead and hop right in. You've been here before, haven't you? You've been that perfectly ordinary person with a perfectly ordinary job and a perfectly ordinary apartment. You met someone who called himself the Grim Reaper, and you fell in love. But is that the end of the story? To you, it feels like there's something more left. Alright, so let's jump at the end of day 5. Oh, can I is there... Alright, I'm gonna make my character. I'll be right back. Alright, I think we are good to go. Good evening. This is the Lion of Legend, and I am here to be with my boyfriend, Casper. There you go. Oh, I gotta make my room again? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think this is good. I don't remember what I named my cat last time. Let's see. Let's name him something different. We'll name him Leo. You look up from your computer, out towards the night sky. And on the other side of your currently closed window, you see something so surprising, you're sure you must be imagining it. What the hell? What are you doing here? Now that face is priceless. Well worth the trip here, I have to say. Grim? Don't call me that to my face. It's embarrassing enough hearing it all over our calls. It's Casper. That's my real name. Casper. Hello, sunshine. You look like you've seen a ghost. Maybe I have. One that is kinda sexy. I'm far from a ghost, sunshine. Are you sure? Certain. So you'll admit to being sexy then? That much is obvious. I am lovely to look at, after all. Perhaps not as lovely to look at as you, though. Oh. Which you should know to be truthful. Because, as you know well, I cannot lie. Ah, am I flustering you? You're blushing right now. Not flustered one bit. This is how I always look. Totally normal. Stop angling your face away. I'm trying to look at you. There's no need to be shy anyway. You are lovely. That is nothing to be shy about. Nice to see you looking flustered for a change. Grim. Casper. Casper, then. Yes, mortal. How are you even here? Wait a second. I live on the 5th floor. You do. Not too much of an inconvenience for me, luckily. How are you even standing, sitting, whatever you're doing there? I'm neither sitting nor standing. I can literally see you on the other side of this window. Congratulations. Would you like an award? But you'll find I'm floating. What the hell? Okay, I'll add this to the list of things I wasn't expecting today. I feel like I've been cheated out of some very important information about you. Since when can you fly? Since always. Why do you act so surprised? You're floating 5 stories up from the ground. Wait, can't people see you? You think I would be so careless? I don't know, would you be? I've cast the glamour. Okay. Are you invisible then? Invisible? No. I've taken another form to everyone's eyes but yours. So my neighbors aren't going to see a mysterious man floating outside of my window. If they were to look, they'd simply see a raven. A raven, of course. Not a good choice. You have a predictable side to you sometimes. But I do need to know. Yes? How exactly did you find me? You think I didn't know where you lived? I never told you. I know everything about you, Sunshine. So I assume you've come to claim it. My soul, that is. I had a good run, I suppose. No, I'm actually not here for that. You aren't? I know you can't lie, but that sounds like a lie. It's not. I know. Did you just drop by to say hi then? No. I'm here because I have something here with me, hidden. Something to give to you. Here. Flowers? You said you'd like some. You got me flowers. I didn't think to ask what type of flowers you liked, so I picked ones that looked like you. The brightest, sunniest flowers I could find. Casper. Yes, mortal. It really means a lot to me. You know, if you want them, you're going to have to open the window. Oh, of course. Are you going to come in? Are you inviting me in? I'll promise to try and be good. What if I don't want you to be good? Then I won't have to pretend now, will I? I'm sure the two of us can find something interesting to do. You really are a flirt tonight, aren't you? We'll open the window. Nothing separating us now, mortal. I quite like it that way. Coming in, little Reaper? You wish I was, don't you? Well, I opened the window for a reason. Are you too scared to come in, Casper? Today I'm just here to give you these. And maybe next time I'll take you up on that offer. As truly tempting as it is, I fear it may lead to regrets from both of us. Next time we'll see. With us, I feel anything could end up happening, my little human. Here you go, Sunshine. Your hands are really warm. And yours are quite cold, even through the gloves. They're really pretty. How can hands be pretty? I meant the flowers. But your hands are quite pretty too, now that you mention it. Then I'd say your hands are also very, nice. Who would have thought hands could be so alluring? What are you whispering about now? I really must be on my way. I've accomplished the thing I wanted to do. So soon? Duty always calls. Off to steal souls then? Better theirs than yours, wouldn't you say? No, you can just hand over yours now if you want. Better get to work before you get into trouble, my little reaper. And since when am I yours? Since the moment we met. Don't be damaging my goods, you hear? So demanding. Casper, Sunshine, do be careful. Since you asked so nicely, I'll try my best. Don't forget to close that window after I leave. Wouldn't want anyone crawling in when you aren't looking. Hey, Casper? I wish we had a few more days together. You'd already planned to take the day off work today, which was lucky, really. Because you woke up this morning with something terrible. A cold. Your head hurt, your nose was stuffed, and your throat felt like you'd been swallowing gravel. Which you hadn't, of course. That would be stupid. You'd never eat gravel. You decided to stay in bed for the day and rest up, and it's midday when you wake up again, feeling bored and lonely. And what better to do when you're bored and lonely than chat with the guy who wants you dead? True. Where's my little reaper? Well, now that we've met properly, before I continue, is there any new icons? What can we have here? What do I want to be? I want to be, since I watched Beastars recently, the deer. And I'll change my name to Lion. Well, now that we've met properly, I don't know if little is correct. I mean, you seem normal-sized. A normal-sized man. Or something. Anyway, I really am grateful for the flowers. I felt a little stunned yesterday, so just wanted to make sure you knew. It was quite obvious. I saw your face when I handed them to you. Perhaps you've already forgotten. My memory isn't that bad. And I remember your cute face, too. Were you feeling shy? Your ears were red. Why do you remember my ears of all things? I have a perfectly good face you can admire. Is the rest of you not worth admiring? It is. Right. Of course it is. Ha! Mortal. You fall into my trap once again. I am that alluring, Yeah, you're pretty alluring. Perhaps the flowers were a bad idea. How so? Now you're being so teasing, perfect, fantastic, gorgeous. The first word, sure. The rest, I will leave that up to you. You're not disagreeing. Neither am I agreeing. I'll take it. I am starting to think you have a kink for bullying people you know. Maybe it's you with the being bullied kink. I'm not judging. If anything, it shows we're super compatible. To be totally honest, I feel as if you have uncovered a new part of me. Wait, you agree? I was joking. Perhaps I enjoy it somewhat. You are the only one in the history of my existence to treat me like this. Or like anything but someone to be feared. I mean, I am someone to be feared. But mayhaps this is not too bad either. So, no, I will not agree that I have a mortal kink for it, Sunshine. But it is refreshing. This was way more honesty than I was expecting. I am astounded right now. I guess that's permission to keep on teasing then. Not to backtrack, but... What did you say? I have a kink for bullying people? Honestly, Grimmy, you just make it too easy. It's fun. I like teasing you. And I've been absolutely starved, apparently. Well, fortunately, you are a capable mortal who can feed yourself. Aww. That's no fun, Grim. Come feed me. Feed you? What, like a child? I'm waiting for the airplane. You will be waiting for some time. What? I'll get down on my knees and beg, pretty please. See, I told you, you make it too easy. It is not my intention. You just overwhelm me sometimes. It is a strange, foreign feeling. No one else has ever pulled at my heartstrings so. You should be careful there, Grimmy. A guy could misunderstand what you mean. You're just trying to trick me for my soul again, aren't you? Right. Yes, I am of course being a crafty Grim Reaper, because I want your soul, because that is my job. Of course. Feeling conflicted, Casper? Confliction is beneath me. I am always sure of myself. Even when it comes to me. Do I make you feel things you didn't know possible, Grim? I have plenty of abilities, Lion. Amazing abilities. To lie is not one of them. Yes, you make me conflicted, confused, angry, happy, sad, all at once. But that is my own problem. Perhaps there was a fault in my creation. I think you're perfect. Any other time, I would agree with you. I have always known I am perfect. And yet today, I am not certain of that fact. Ugh. I will deal with it myself. Don't you have something better to do on your days off, mortal? You have so few days left, and you use them to torment me. It seems a waste. Well, actually, I'm in bed still. In bed? Sunshine, it's nearly evening. You should be having dinner, not lounging. Give a guy a break, Grimmy boy. I'm feeling off today. I think I've caught a cold. I figured I'd just stay in bed with Leo and chat with you. How have you let a common cold take you, mortal? Did you go to sleep with wet hair? No? I mean, I don't think so, at least. Did you leave your window open all night? I left it wide open for you. What a foolish decision. Anyone could have slipped in. I live on the 5th floor, Grim, you know that. There are others like me. And beside that, what if a wild animal climbed the outer walls and jumped in your window? Ah yes, all those mid-city wild animals. I feel like the chances of that are pretty slim. But a chance nonetheless. You have little care for your own well-being. I mean this in the kindest way possible, but that is so ironic coming from you. Death is not the end. Wanting to move your soul to the afterlife is not necessarily a bad thing for your well-being. For some people, it is a blessing. Life can be painful and lonely. What comes after is not so. I guess I never thought about it like that. Still, I'm perfectly healthy, usually, and way too young to die. I'd say in this case, causing accidents trying to take my soul is probably not good for my well-being. That is beside the point anyway. We are not talking about me. We are talking about the countless wild animals that could be raising your apartment as we speak. I think I'd notice that. They could be tiny. What? You think a colony of ants is going to destroy my room? Crazier things have happened. Okay, well, I think the invisible colony of ants hasn't caused my flu, Grim. Likely not. But it is not impossible. I suppose I should turn to the more mundane. Did you forget to wear a coat when you left your apartment? It's just a cold, Grim. It happens to everyone. It's super common. It does not happen to everyone. It is an illness purely for mortals. Sure, but it's not a big deal. It's just a bit inconvenient. But hey, it means I can talk to you some more. How so? I don't see what stops you from talking to me when you're well, too. Well, usually I'd be at work. I speak to you on your work hours every day. Okay, well, if I do that, I'll probably get fired. Why? As long as you get your required work done, why should whatever else you do matter? To be honest, that's how I feel too. Alas, my boss wouldn't agree. Well, I think you should let this boss of yours know that you may speak to whoever you wish. I'll be right on that. Excuse me, sir, the Grim Reaper wants to chat. Bye. You are rehearsing it. Good. Perhaps say that if he gets in the way, he may find his life cut short. You wouldn't do that. He does not know that. I don't think he'd believe me. But what does that matter? I'm meant to die today or tomorrow. If this illness does not take you first. It's a cold. An unexplained illness. You must have some idea. Why are you sick? How have you allowed this? I don't know if there's any specific reason. It's just going around again, I guess. That is not sufficient for me. How dare something like a cold take root in you? I appreciate the sentiment, but it's really no biggie. You are accepting this illness too easily. You must be prepared to fight back against that which wrongs you. Is it your head? Your stomach? I'd say both. I feel so tired for a person that's done nothing but sleep. Well, not that I slept very well, but I've been just lounging around all day. You did not look unwell when I visited you last night. No? How did I look? Cute. Flustered. as well as absolutely captivated by my good self, of course. But how could you not? Me? Cute and flustered? Are you sure you're not thinking of yourself? Ha! I would take that as a compliment, but your words are dripping with sarcasm once again. I would never be sarcastic to you, Grim. Ah, I was not aware you were a comedian. I have been practicing my jokes. Knock knock. I do not like these jokes. Knock knock. Who is at my door? The Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper who? Okay, I actually hadn't thought the joke this far through. I guess we'll never know. That is immensely unsatisfying. You finish the joke then. Let me know when you work it out. You are the comedian here. You finish the joke yourself. I'll be waiting. Glad to know that sickness does not dampen your personality. You love my personality? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Almost as much as I love Azrael. Answer this. Speaking of Azrael, where is he? He is resting. His role is tiresome, so he spends much time recuperating. Can you bring him over? I want to see his cute little face. Pretty please. I told you, he is resting. Can he not rest in your arms? I think he'd enjoy that. I wouldn't mind resting in your arms. My arms are much too muscular to be comfortable. Then how about my head against your chest? It looks pretty firm and supportive. And while you hold me to your chest, I'll cuddle Az so he doesn't feel left out. Well, it would be a lie to say that does not sound cute. Ahem. That's well. We are too far apart for that to be possible, of course. Well, when I come to visit, I'll snuggle with him. Then we won't be far apart at all. I very much doubt that you will be visiting me here, Sunshine. But I'll humor you. So you are sick. Well, at least you look cute snuggled up like that. Oh, what's that? Speak up, Grim. I can't hear you when you're mumbling. I said you look cute snuggled up like that. Oh. Do I? Yes. It is beyond annoying. How so? I should not find a mortal cute. I am a being created to hunt, to take, to destroy, and to rebuild. Not to be doing whatever it is I'm doing. Well, I don't mind. It's nice when you call me cute. Most mortals, I imagine, would find it terrifying. You are unique, Sunshine, to say the least. But this is all far, far beside the point. How could you be sick? Quite easily, actually. I'm sure I'll be fine by tomorrow. Kinda lame to spend my second last day on Earth in bed, huh? Why are you making such a big deal about it, though? Everyone gets sick. I do not get sick. Like, ever? Yes, like ever. Reapers do not get mortal sicknesses. What about Reaper sicknesses? They do not exist. Well, except for soul sicknesses, of course. That seems kind of worse than a cold. At least its cause can be pinpointed. You, however, are much weaker than me in that regard. Oi. Are you, or are you not sick for no reason? I'm sure there is a reason, I just don't know it. Which proves my point. It is nothing to be upset about. You and I are simply different. The body of a mortal is much more fragile. You should take more care of yourself. How am I supposed to take your soul if you are unwell? Quite easily, I imagine. I suppose I should be agreeing, but taking your soul like this simply just does not work for me. I do not accept it. I don't think your acceptance makes a difference. You can't exactly pull the sickness from my body, can you? What? I am not some vampire who sucks out illnesses. Hey, I never said anything about sucking. Pulling, Casper. Pulling. But that's obviously not actually possible. Maybe humans will evolve and become immune to being sick as well one day. Who knows? I think it's more likely you all will kill each other, and then I can retire. Anything is possible. Perhaps there was once a time where Reapers could become ill too. Or maybe we were always, or maybe we are as we always have been. Do you know the first Reaper? Are they your boss? Or maybe they're retired. I'd retire if it was me. Wait, can you actually retire? I don't know if there ever was a first. As for retiring, I've never known it to happen. We are tied to our profession. It is a part of us. Reapers exist solely to do just that. Otherwise, there would be no point in our existence at all. It sounds lonely. I wouldn't have agreed with you a week ago, but perhaps it is. Forget me being sick for a second, okay? I have a question. Go ahead. I really like your name. I understand it may be difficult for you to recognize, mortal, but that was not a question. Shh. I'm getting to it. How did you get your name? How do you think? Do you have Reaper parents who gave it to you? No, I have no parents. I have no family at all, technically. Though many think of their fellow Reapers as their siblings, I suppose. A sentiment I do not share, unfortunately. Wait, you don't have parents? What, did you just spring into existence one day? That is likely the simplest explanation. Huh? No one is sure exactly how we are created. But I have always looked as I have now. There is no childhood, or parents, or growing up. I have always been the Reaper you see now. But you had to be created somehow. Likely, yes. But I do not remember it. So, how did you get your name? What if I told you that was classified too? Casper. You already broke the rules telling me your name, didn't you? I chose it for myself. I do not know why or where it came from. It just felt right. I like it. That is appreciated. I also enjoy your name. You know what your name would sound great with? My last name. Yes, Casper of Legend. What? Casper of Legend. Isn't that cute? There is no reason for me to take your last name, mortal. Well, we could just get married. It's on my bucket list. I'm sure there is someone else you'd rather marry. Not really. There's only you. Sunshine, you. You don't know what you're doing to me here. Making you fall hopelessly and completely in love with me? That's one way to get out of our bets, eh? There is no out. I must get your soul. If I do not, then someone else will. Can't you just lie and say you took it? Gods, what have I gotten myself into? What you ask of me is my death. To be fair, you're also asking me to die? Yes, I suppose I am. What a position we found ourselves in. It seems a little unfair. I like talking to you, Casper. It's not fair that it has to be over so quickly. And I know, life is unfair, yada yada. But this sucks. I know, Sunshine. That is the nature of what you are, and what I am. There are still too many things I am unsure about for this to be over tomorrow. I am still looking into your peculiar soul. Time is unforgiving. I have little choice in the matter, just so you know. I exist for this job. I am this job. I am a tool for those more important than myself. I do not decide who should die. I am just the one who makes sure it happens. I understand. I actually feel sorry for you. For what reason? You should feel more sorry for yourself. You're stuck where you are. Sure, us mortals live and die and all that. But we're capable of change. We're capable of making decisions that affect our lives. It feels like you can't do anything but keep existing, doing the same thing day in and out. Perhaps that is why I've enjoyed this. Enjoyed you. You were a little bit of change. Sunshine, stay right there. I won't be long. Huh? Casper? Where'd you go? Hello? There's no response. Confused and slightly annoyed, you shut your laptop for now. You feel a little lonely all of a sudden. It's a bit of a strange feeling to you. You'd never thought of your apartment as lonely. You've enjoyed living alone, decorating your rooms to your liking. But right now, it feels a little empty. You get out of bed, legs wobbly, and put your laptop back on your desk. Just in time to make eye contact with someone outside of your window, eyes wide. You hurriedly open the window and a little shyly, he steps inside. Casper? Sunshine. Ahem. I told you I'd have no problem coming in. The Grim Reaper's in my apartment. Wait, are you here for my soul? I can hardly take it with you looking as you do. Wow, I look that bad? I didn't mean it like that. You look much more ill in person. Come on, let me help you to bed. He takes your hand, his gloved fingers gentle, and leads you to your bed. He tucks you in carefully, and that feeling of loneliness is instantly replaced with a strange warmness. Being looked at after by the Grim Reaper wasn't on your bingo card, but it's not so bad. You shouldn't be walking around. Where is your water? I wasn't really feeling like... Incorrect. Wait here. Casper disappears from view, walking away from your bed and into your kitchen. You're thankful you actually washed your dishes last night. He returns, a glass of water in his hand. Drink. You are unwell. You must keep yourself hydrated. Are you hungry? Yeah, I haven't eaten yet. I will prepare you a mortal meal. I don't like how you call it a mortal meal. It is food for a mortal, is it not? Is that any different to what you eat? That is beside the point. I will not be long, so stay in bed, okay? All right. And then he's gone again, figure disappearing back into the kitchen. Butterflies rise up in your stomach. That's a strange feeling too. Like you're a kid in the schoolyard. You're thinking on this when it starts. Banging. Clattering. Something falling. Then silence. You stare towards the kitchen. More banging, more clattering. You want to jump out of bed and go see what exactly is going on, but you do feel a little faint. You instead decide to trust in Casper, for better or for worse, and await whatever he considers a mortal meal. It's around 25 minutes later when he reappears. What the hell was all of that? All of what? The banging and clattering and stuff. Your kitchen is a tough beast. It required some reining in. It fought admirably. It's a room, not a beast. Is there any kitchen left? I believe I only started one fire, but I handled the issue myself. Right, just one. Fortunately, I was well equipped to deal with the raging inferno. It chose the wrong opponent. I'm sure it was terrified. Casper makes his way to your side, the smell of food reaching your nose. It doesn't smell terrible, but it does smell burnt, whatever it is. But I'm looking up at him like this. That doesn't matter much. Over video calls, and even when he was at your window, it was hard to tell how, well, handsome he really is. Well-toned arms, a good-looking face, perfect hair. It hits you then how wild this situation is. He looks between you and the bed, cheeks slightly flushed, before he sits down carefully on the edge of it. Here. This is the first time I am cooking for someone else, so... He hands you the plate. On it is... You're not totally sure at first. It is mortal food, correct? Looking closer, it almost looks like pancakes? Have you ever made this before, Casper? Of course not. I have no time for fancy cooking. Fortunately, I am good at nearly everything I try my hand at. I simply searched the internet, and I created them perfectly. Yeah, they're totally perfect. Yes, I know. Eat up, Sunshine. You need to conserve your strength. Thank you, Grimmy. It is the least I could do. The least? The least you could do was not come over, tuck me into bed, and feed me dinner. You're sick. What kind of person would I be if I just left you alone? Go on, eat. You look down at the food. You look back at Casper. You look at the food again. And you decide that, for him, you'd eat it. Fortunately, it's not burnt all the way through. The middle is raw, somehow. Lovely. Still, that's not terrible, and you managed to get it down. So, how was it? It was interesting. You've outdone yourself. I knew you'd say that. I can do anything I put my mind to. You sure can, Casper Wasper. You seem to have brightened up a little, but you must be running a fever. Casper takes the plate from you and sets it aside, before coming back to sit on the edge of your bed. He looks down at his gloves, conflicted, before he pulls them off. His fingers are long and thin, and his hands are without a single blemish. Of course, knowing Casper, that was a given. Your heart skips a beat as he raises his hand to your forehead. His fingers are cool and refreshing. You feel yourself almost lean into his touch. You look up and into his eyes, which look back down towards you. You see yourself reflected in those red eyes. He opens his mouth as if to say something, then closes it again. He does this a few times, and you wonder to yourself what exactly he wants to say to you. But he never gets the chance. There's a zap, as if an electric current had just passed between the two of you. Casper pulls his hand back in a flash. What the? What was that? He stares down towards his hand incredulously. Unsure, he reaches back out towards you, his hand finding your cheek. It's not as abrupt this time, but you feel it, like an electric buzz where your skin meets. It must be because of our connection. Our bodies react to our touch. How strange. I've never read of anything like it. You lean into his touch again. It feels nice. There's silence between the two of you, a silence that seems to stretch out for far longer than it's really been. It's filled with a common understanding. Tomorrow, you must die. If you don't, then you win the bet, and his soul is yours for the taking. You are two people connected by misfortune, both trying desperately to avoid the inevitable. Sunshine, Yes, Casper? I should go. Reach out and take his hand. Will you stay instead? What? You know, I'm so sick. Who knows what'll happen if you leave me? Please? Okay. The room is even darker now. The sun set some time ago, but you barely even noticed it. You were too concerned with the man in front of you. The man you've come to be quite fond of. I only have one bed, though. I hardly need to sleep anyway. Would you do it with me anyway? Sleep? With you? Yeah. Wait a second. I mean, literally sleep. Snooze. Catch some, Z's. Of course. I knew that, obviously. You were inviting death into bed with you, Sunshine. It never ends well. Not for anyone. It's a risk I'm willing to take. You have no sense of danger. I'm serious, though. You said it yourself. I was meant to die a long time ago, right? I think I lived all this extra time to meet you. You take his hand and pull him down beside you, moving over to give him room. No one else has ever laid beside you in this bed like this. He puts his head down on the pillow, staring at you through the darkness. Do you ever wish things were different? I wish so many things were different. I should have waited until the camera panned all the way, but I don't know if it would have actually showed Grim with my character. Like what? Sometimes I wish I was a human. Wish I was capable of change, as you put it. I've always been proud of my work. I still am. But that doesn't mean I don't wish for more. For something different. Why not do it? He smiles now, just slightly. There's sadness behind it. Now that I think about it, the camera was probably just gonna pan to this exact screen. I'm not like you. What would you do if you were human? I would do what I wish to do now more than anything. Something completely foolish. It's good to be foolish sometimes. Get some sleep, sunshine. You feeling better is more important than anything else. Your eyelids feel heavy now. Your heart races. And yet you feel calm, laying beside this man. You think you've never felt so safe in your life. Ironic, really, when he happens to be the Grim Reaper. You slip away, drifting into a peaceful sleep as you feel his hand still in yours. New items added to the gallery. Oh. Well, I was kind of surprised that he was staying with us for the night anyway. But that being said, that's all the time I have for tonight, so we're going to save this here. And we will pick this up on... What day is this technically? 6? 5? Something like that. Yeah. Day... I think we're on day 6. No, this is day 7 technically, I think. No, whatever. Anyways, we will dive back into this in the near future. Like, pretty near future. I'm not going to take as long to go through this DLC like I did the first time I went through the game. I'm very interested to see where this actually goes. So, stay tuned for that. And if you did like this video, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, share the video, perhaps even subscribe to the channel. And I will see you on the next video. So have a good night.